reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
You're listening to LOTRO Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network. Brought to you by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapons with Doghouse Systems. Audible. Find your next great read at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. And GoDaddy. Put your website to work while you play. Welcome to LOTRO Reporter, episode 266. I am your host, Carrie, and I am joined by the new Hello Kitty reporter host, Leonor.
You can kiss my grits.
Alright, the minion man. How you doing, Leonor?
I'm doing okay, I guess.
I hear you can't land spaceships.
Oh, no, I cannot. That is about Elite Dangerous. And, oh, man, am I having problems with that. So, and you know, this was on MMO Reporter when I was complaining that I could not fly my spaceship in that game. And if you noticed, none of them told me how.
Harry told Chris how to land that thing 3 episodes ago, I think it was.
How to land
right
it.
before Christmas.
I figured that out. I figured that part out. It's
okay, so
flying.
what's the issue? Oh.
That's the problem. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Don't know how to fly. I showed that to my husband. He's like, I don't know. Because it's not, I'm not. I like flying my spaceships in Star Trek Online. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like flying a spaceship in Elite Dangerous.
Oh, it is a complex game, and it is for a complex player. People who have been.
That's not me.
People that have been, you know, sending, giving money to the Kickstarter for that. They wanted a very, very cool sci-fi, you know, hard game.
Oh, okay. No, that's probably not my kind of game then. I figured my husband liked it because it's a flight simulator. All right, so this week in flight simulators. Hey, look, it's a goat.
It's a goat.
Mm-hmm. Where are we at?
We are in Angmar, somewhere up in the northwestern corner.
Okay, what is that village-ish area called again?
Because
it's really cool, but I've only seen it like once.
We are in Carn.
You go there for
It's
okay,
just it's huge, so.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying before the show started. Is Carndum is a really, really cool place. You just don't see it very. The only time I've seen it is when I went for my, I think Epic Quest stuff. They sent me up there. Mm-hmm. Luckily, they gave you a map as a prize to get you out of there because they send you back and forth like 3 times.
Right.
I think they should just automatically give that to you and not like make that your prize. Anyway, so welcome to Carndun. Woo! He's going to go roving threat hunting, I believe.
Hopefully. I gotta go to the guy, and then maybe he'll give me some tips or something. But yes, we're going to go and try and find one of the new roving threats.
Whoa. So what else have you been doing on LOTRO this week, Leonor?
Well, I ended up doing some epic battles because I've been building up some points for jewelry. And I have been working on the Gondor reputations. I think most of mine are at neutral right now. Let me see. Friend. They're all in friend. So I'm
okay, so you went through a door in Carndun and you came out the door in the...
I ported.
Okay. I was like, that's
didn't
a
make sense because
door.
you looked away.
I did. I looked away and I looked back and we're by the horses.
So all my reputation in Gondor right now are all in friend. So I'm working on that. And let's see, where are my notes? I have kind of a problem with this. There was a sale on the stat scrolls, which gives you an extra 40 points in your stat. And I bought 2 of them because I've been slacking a little bit. And actually, I thought there was only 1 more to buy because I thought that was the max. Well, I got another one after that. And then I seen another one. So I waited a few days, and luckily my turbine points kicked in before the sale is over. And that was it. That was the last one. But there's 12 stat scrolls. And that's for each stat. So that means
that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. And, you know, there's 12 of them, and altogether that equals 480 for one stat. You know, if you buy 1 through 12.
Points?
Yes.
So that's oh wow, that's a lot.
Like 480 agility. That is a lot. Let me take a look at my gear right here. The agility on this gear is 205. I think that's kind of low, actually. Nope. No. This is my DPS armor.
Oh.
So, the agility on my armor is 205. If I buy 12 of these things, I get an extra 480. That's quite a bit.
Lot.
That's of course this is a lot of money. They cost 300 turbine points each, so it's probably like 350 per scroll or something like that. But if you got the cash,
but have you capped?
You could really
isn't there a cap on that?
What's that?
Isn't there a cap on that though?
You get some diminishing returns when you start going super high in a stat, but there is no cap.
Okay.
So it just goes down a little bit the further you go higher up.
Okay.
But this is borderline pay to win here, in my opinion. I mean, this is a lot of stats. I could get 480 on each one of my stats if I really wanted to.
Yeah, but you said there's 12 books, right?
There's 12 of them, yeah. And they do drop in-game, so you can get them off the auction hall if you save a lot of gold and just buy them off the auction hall. But
you said they're 300
350 each. Or no, they're 300 turbine points each on sale right now for 258 or something like that.
Okay, so let's... My brain is not working fast enough to do math right now. Hang on. So that's 350 times 12. You're looking at 4,200 turbine points. So that's roughly the equivalent of $42 for each stat. And how many stats are there?
6.
6, but you don't really need all 6. You just need.
Yeah, well, yeah. For most classes, you only need like 2.
Okay. So that's still like almost $100 for the 2, you know?
Yep.
It's like 80 something, not on sale.
But the fact that you can actually raise your stat just by putting in so much cash too, I mean, that's just kind of crazy. It used to be only 3 scrolls or 6 scrolls or something like that. Then they added on another 2, brought it up to like 8 or 9. Now we're up to 12. I had no idea.
Oh wow, yeah. That's interesting.
So yeah, I don't know how to take that. So anybody who has a lot of cash and wants to improve your character, you can do it right now.
Yep, it's on sale.
It's on sale.
Yeah, on sale through Wednesday. I am leveling my Bjorning on Landreval, and I got called odd by Sip from Massively. Well, I did. He said, "Hey, odd." Just happens to be odd is the first 2 letters of my character's name.
Hi, Odd.
I hadn't thought about that. Yes, I'm Odd. Anyway, Sip's Cappy is in my kin. I didn't realize that. And also didn't realize he had gotten her to 100. So he has a level cap Cappy.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. So she's at almost level 17. Still hasn't died. I am not taking her in the lowlands yet. I am probably going to end up in the old forest, unfortunately. I may run out to the Barrow Downs, but I'm a little nervous to even do that yet. I mean, I know that's 20 and she's almost 17, but my gear's not that fantastic.
Now this is over on Landy or Brandy?
Landy.
Okay.
Yeah, Landy. Speaking of gear, I have been doing the Epic Quest on my Bjorning, and one thing I have noticed that they now give you, you can choose the old the old quest rewards, or you can choose a piece of gear.
Really?
Like a piece of agility gear for the morning, as a matter of fact. So I had 2 quests that gave, and then you get to pick which piece you want. Legs, shoulders, upper body, so on and so forth.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I have no idea. I don't think I have a higher level character that hasn't done some of these. I don't know if it scales to the level you're at, or if it's.
I hope it does.
I really haven't checked that. I need to check that out. So if somebody in the chat room or somebody wants to tweet us and let us know, that would be awesome. I'll try to remember to go back. I usually do at least those quests up through that. I try to avoid the one with our favorite Oakhart, but yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Oh, and I stumbled across one of the class quests for the Bjorning. It was kind of cool. I got to speak to a very large bear who was trying to smash a hobbit. I mean, we're talking a large bear. It's like humongous.
Trying to smash a hobbit?
Yeah, the hobbit's the one that saw the bear. The hobbit
this is the nicest bear I've ever heard of. Wow.
He was a very nice hobbit. You know, he was a very nice hobbit, and the bear was trying to smash him. It was very rude. But that is pretty much what I have been doing in game. I forgot to check on our patrons. Do you know how our patrons are doing? I'm going to check on our patrons because you're writing around.
I think that we're at 19 patrons.
19 patrons and $72 a month. Yeah. So come on, guys. Let's get to 100 so the boys have to make a song. That would be cool because the boys make fun songs.
And on to the news.
Mm-hmm.
I typed go.
I see that. I didn't hear it. I was looking down. And now for the news. Well, first of all, Snowpocalypse has hit Boston again. So they're having trouble getting to work, and they're having trouble with the phones being able to be stopped. So your best bet is probably just to send it a ticket at this point in time, because the customer and the patch notes were late because nobody could get into work.
Yeah.
Because and you know, this is an area of the country that used to snow, and they got snow. I think this is the 2nd or 3rd one this year.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, they've had pretty bad.
Last week it was pretty bad over here. We luckily we live up on the 2nd floor with stairs that go outside and then go down. But the front door where everybody usually goes out is at ground floor, and that was that had about 2 feet of snow on it, and we could not get that thing open.
Wow.
So yeah, it's winter's hitting pretty hard in some places right now.
Well, send it our way. Our ski resorts up here in Washington
anyway
are not open. This weekend snow. 15.2 dropped this last week, the day after we recorded, of course. And so the Roving Threats have arrived, and Leonor's looking for some.
Yep, looking for one right now. If anybody in the chat room actually has a list with red dots on the map, that would be great, because coordinates just take too long to look for.
Yeah, I have the coordinates, but
no.
He did the coordinates. He wanted red dots on a map, and I don't have that.
I like red dots.
Dots, more dots, more dots. Okay, so the Roving Threats have arrived. They are powerful servants of the enemy. They can be found in Angmar, Forochel, Western Gondor, and the Misty Mountains. They have unique rewards that can be obtained by claiming the brands they bear. So the Roving Threats of Central Gondor will also drop the brands. Roving weapon rewards received via barter are now bind on acquire for the Roving Threats. So you can't grind them and give them away. You have to go get them yourself.
I can't remember the vendor that I found. There was a vendor that had first age weapons on it.
Ooh.
I think it was the things that you get off of these roaming threats, because
Cool.
it looked like a new currency, so I just kind of assumed. And yeah, you can get first stage weapons, and I compared it to the weapons that I had right now, and it was a different cosmetic on them. It wasn't extremely different and, you know, like super fancy. Like some of the Ettenmore's ones, when those came out, those were a drastic different look to them. These just look about the same, you know, just a little bit changed here and there. And so if you are looking for a different cosmetic for your first stagers, take a look at these first, because they might be a little bit different than the ones that you get when you craft them.
All right. David is asking if there's a spawn point near the Halls of Night entrance. I don't know what that's called.
Oh, the Halls of Night?
Is that's what they call it? I mean, it's not a Himbar or...
Spawn points. Like a
First
res
vault.
point? I don't think that there's a res point there, but I think there... Oh!
Like a spawn point for the Roving Threats.
I see. Okay, I'm heading there now. I'm gonna go take a look.
Okay. And while you're doing that, we had also some general release notes. The first thing I noticed when I logged in is my LOTRO was suddenly full screen, which was not what I was expecting, because you now have a full screen checkbox and a screen and a windowed full screen and a Windows build, and it just defaulted to full screen, so I had to go into the graphics and change it back to windowed.
My screen came up like really, really small.
Yeah, mine came up really weird, and it looked like they had like reset all the graphics, because everything was like super cool looking, like you know, very pretty and bright, and it's like, oh yes, while we're going to do this, we're going to reset everything. You know, I know you just love those reflecting pools, Leonor, and they have added one to Central Gondor in Linhir.
I did read that.
Yeah, it contains instances for regions as well as even in darkness. So you can redo all of the instances. I don't think I've ever redone anything.
Really?
Yeah, but you get like those ribbons or something for redoing them, right?
Yeah, it's some little special currency that they give you. I think you can trade those in for relics and a couple of other things. I can't remember. It's been quite a while since I've looked at them. There usually isn't really any reason to go ahead and keep doing a epic book over and over and over. There was one time in Moria where you could get a really good cloak, and that was about it. That's about the only time I could remember about running it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I think it was called the Shadow and Flame Cloak. I think
I've seen that. I think I've seen that one. They had some. I was in Layla's Market last Sunday night because I was leveling my Bjorning and I was running through quests, and they had some pretty nifty outfits in Layla's Market. I'd forgotten they had some pretty cool stuff.
You know what I would really like to see in Layla's Market is cosmetics that we already have in game, but Turbine taking a look at them and just changing out the colors and switching out some of the colors on some of the stuff.
Oh,
like more unique things than we actually have in game.
Oh, Department of Strategery has spawn points. Let me look and see if there's pictures of little red dots.
Hook me up.
Oh my goodness, that's a creepy looking thing. Okay. Ooh, there are dots. They're not red, Leonor. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can take this. They're not red. They're kind of white, but I guess you can work with white, right?
They look like Frosted Cheerios.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Thank you. I'm heading to those spots right now.
Alright, and while he does that, phantom map notes that look like little round Cheerios have been removed in order to cut down on confusion. Nothing to see here, people. Nothing to see here. For those of you who are concerned about the Mathams and the well-cut Mathams, they can be used at level 20 and higher. The good news is that if you sit faint or lie down, you will no longer stand up upon entering AFK. So if you decided to go AFK taking a nap, you won't stand up oddly.
Yeah, that was annoying. I'm glad they fixed that. That was in the game since I've been playing it.
Yeah, I think my favorite one is when you just stop dancing and scratch your arm.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I don't think they've fixed that one yet. For those of you who like reflecting pools, there's also a new reflecting pool in West Gondor at the court of the Prince of Dol Amroth. So many of the instances added to the Western Gondor reflecting pools found near Moorland and Dol Amroth. So there must be people who do a lot of these repeated quests if they keep adding these reflecting pools all over the place. Because I swear that in 15 they added reflecting pools, in 15.1 they added reflecting pools.
Well,
So,
they were also, you know, like absent, so people were asking about them, like, can we ever go back and see that story again? You know, so
Yeah.
the one that I don't know if you can revisit it or not is, it's called.
You went by it. David said you went by a Roving Threat.
Must have been short.
I don't know. He said you went by it. Hey, look! It's the line of killing you. I don't know where he saw it, but you know, because we've got the lag going on. But he said you went by one.
Okay, I'm looking. In the Great River, there was the one story with the eagles, and there was a small instance with one of the eagles in it. I'd like to go through there again because I'd really like to take pictures, but I don't think you can go through that one again.
Oh yeah, it was Millendor, I think, the eagle. But that was cool. Yeah, I took pictures. Oh my gosh, she goes picture. So when accepting quests, there's a new indicator that shows you when the quest being picked up is repeatable. So you will now know, I guess, if it's a 24-hour or a 48-hour. So that's kind of cool. The Blackwood Wolfmaster is no longer going to freeze up if you try talking to him before he finishes his drama.
Oh, that's nice.
He decided not to be a drama queen anymore. Kolskeg the healer is now Paul the healer because he is not to be confused with Kolskeg Gem Counter. So poor healer, I guess, doesn't rank as high as Gem Counter, and they made him change his name. I love these questions. I love these notes. I don't know. Let me look.
Yep, it says Roving Threats.
Where is he? Oh, we gotta wait a little bit. You're running around the... Oh, he's huge! Look at him! Oh my goodness! Look at him! Oh wow! That's gonna be okay. Let's see if Lanor dies. But while we're doing that, I'll keep talking.
Yeah.
But I can't read the show notes and watch you kill stuff. But I'm sure dead air is
It'll be a while.
boring.
This guy's got a lot.
That one definitely looks like a wagon from the back. Anyway, so for those of you who are doing the Warg Slayer deed, a couple of warg dens have been added in the lowlands to make finding wargs easier.
Oh, good.
That's good. Everybody needs to find more wargs. So
Yeah, it was always really thin through there. Yeah, I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's really, if I remember correctly, it's like you're looking for the last couple, and it's like, where are these things? Where are these things? Mm-hmm. They've located a possible culprit for the unexpected shallow water dismounts people were having. So they said, please tell them about situations and locations where you may be improperly dismounted, but hopefully you won't have to tell them. Hopefully they got it fixed.
Oh, good. Yeah, because there could be a little trickle of water on the ground, and it would just dismount you.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you jumped. Especially if you jumped. So let's hope that that's fixed.
Yeah. Lanor, David would like to know what the morale on this guy is.
The morale. Keep talking.
Okay, I will keep talking while we're looking. So I know all of you who are super excited about skirmish are excited to know that skirmish specific stat breakdowns on the skirmish panel are now sorted alphabetically by skirmish name rather than randomly. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
But it sounds good. Alphabetical's always better than nothing. And that poor Captain Norris, she still is falling through her boat. So hopefully they fixed her falling through her boat. Because I think this is the second or third time they've talked about this woman falling off the boat.
Yeah, they thought that they fixed it last time.
Well, hopefully they fixed it where she won't fall through the boat again. Okay, now Leonor, I'm sure you have this same problem. Several of the NPCs in Tol Morva were mistaking Bjornings for hobbits. Now I know. They've been given instructional charts and diagrams and should now be able to tell the difference. The hairy toes were throwing them off. Charts and diagrams. Oh, wow. How did you do that, Leonor? That's pretty cool.
Features.
Features, huh? Is that like a, are you doing any damage to this thing?
Hell no.
Oh. Well, hey, he's down 200,000 morale. Wow.
I got a lot of work to do.
So what's his name? What's his name?
Um.
What is his name? Skagfrog. Okay, hang on.
Shakaprog.
Okay. There is no text to this page. It said it was a 1, so I don't know if that means it's like a... But wow. That thing's like freaking looking. Okay. Going on. The clan hunters around Onkire were confused and believed they could drop pages for the Bjorn class book. They have been told otherwise, and they and you should now be less confused.
That's nice. So yeah, they're going around fixing a lot of things, so that's cool. I like that. Now if they just start making cosmetic weapons, I'll be happy.
It's never gonna happen.
They better.
But,
They better do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to run around with a big fork.
You can get your pitchfork from the Matham Society. No, you get a pitchfork from the Matham Society.
That's 6
and then
damage.
I know, but it's so fun to go to run Moria skirmishes with pitchforks, rolling pins, butter knives, and it's a hoot.
That don't sound like fun.
Oh no, it's hilarious. It's pitchforks, butter knives, rolling pins, frying pans, and hobbit. It's got to be mostly hobbit. That's all you're allowed to use. And you run around, and you're not allowed to use your big skills either. You've got to beat them to death with frying pans and pins.
Yay, peasant death! Yay!
Alright, Bjornings. There was an entire list of things that they did the Bjorning class. I don't think there was one thing they didn't touch that they, on a Bjorning, I swear. It was so if you are really into Bjornings, go look at the patch notes. It was lots. One thing I did notice, they have an out-of-combat res at level 36.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did not know that they were going to be that kind of... I don't know if it's one of the trees or what, but there's an out-of-combat... Thought that was pretty cool. And Pelgrir, they did lots of changes to timing, so it makes it easier to get platinum. I guess they lengthened some timers and then gave better directions on how to go where you need to go. So they're trying to help people like me who get lost.
Yeah, that epic battle wasn't completely finished in the first place, so it's got to be getting pretty close now.
Yeah.
I hope. I remember there was a couple things I could not do through there, but I'll have to go through it again. I've been avoiding it.
Well, they're working on it still. Now, there is a known issue on that. The Epic Boss and the six-man version of the Pelgrir Epic have received an inadvertent buff to their stats, and it may be quite impossible to get platinum at this time. So don't go do a 6-man.
Okay. Thank
Maybe you wait for yeah. And then after the patch, the LOTRO store was down longer than the patch was, and then it went down the next day. Don't know what the issue was, but it's back up and should be running okay.
Good.
I just know you're so excited to know, Leonor, that this weekend is the 13th through the 19th is a 25% skirmish mark acquisition booth. So you can go run your skirmishes and get extra marks to get your first agers.
Those come in handy. I use my skirmish marks for all of my reputation scrolls that I use to double my reputation points when I do reputation.
Cool. Hey, you got him down a little bit.
Yep, about a quarter.
Yep. His head is glowing green. Oh, look his teeth. Okay. Loot Box Weekend is coming the 27th of February through March 1st. I actually went in on the Bjorning you helped me level my Bjorning a little bit, and I went in on Landerval, and I went in and I was like, oh, I have 2 loot boxes. I got bows and 2-handed swords that I can't use. Or one-handed swords and bows. I'm like, great, I have blue.
When you said bow, I thought you meant bow for your hair.
No. No. And then, so that's what's coming up in February. So that is pretty much the news. It was like Snowpocalypse and patch 15.2. That was it. That's all we had going on. Oh, and they got some Shadow of Mordor bling, but they're not giving it to anybody.
Aww.
That was on. Well, yeah, they sent him Shadow, and BDO was trying to get a hold of it, and so was Infinite Crisis, and I don't think they're giving it up. It's pretty cool. And that's it for the news.
Let's go directly into community.
Okay, we will do that since you're trying to kill stuff and don't want to play music. Don't blame me. The Spring Racing Carnival is coming for Landerval. Carolyn of Lonely Mountain Band does a fantastic job with this. It is she has races. I mean, it's pretty amazing. There are qualifier races, and they lead up to championship races, and there's music and dancing, and then during the big carnival they have a fashion show with horses and coordinating with fashions. I won one of her fashion things one time.
Oh, did you?
And I did. I won. I was amazed that I actually won. I couldn't believe it, and because my horse and my outfit actually coordinated. So yeah. So if you would like to help with performing at any of the events in April or anything like that, be sure to check it out. Her website is now steelandmagic.com. It used to be Windy Acres Ranch, but when my Middle Earth went away, so did her Windy Acres go.
Oh.
But there's she's got pictures of horses. I mean, she's got a great website. Carolyn does a great job. And if you're interested in writing or in watching they've got an equestrian team that does like formation writing. Mm-hmm. It's like really cool. So keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. Massively was on Kickstarter. We talked about it last week. They funded it in less than 48 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, they got funded really, really fast. And I think they're setting up new goals now. Yep.
I think so. Yeah, and it was. I saw today that it was on the front page of Kickstarter as a special, like the staff pick. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited because that we were gonna lose a big voice in the MMO community if we lost.
No kidding.
So I'm glad they decided to rally and do this themselves. It's gonna be super cool. Rick, as I said last week, got banned as a spammer from his IP, trying to send out 2,700 emails.
Right.
And then he had to go on a business trip. So he doesn't have a solution yet, but he's going to work on one soon. That's if he can get back to Boston in Snowpocalypse. So yeah, so we should be having a solution fairly soon. We did a really cool interview with him. Celeste did at Extra Life. It's on our website about Extra Life. The MMO Reporter has been putting out a couple of the panels and stuff from PAX South, and they had a few interviews, and one of them was with Rick. And that's all I've got for community. Do you have anything in community, Lena?
I just got something to add on to it real quick. Anybody that went and donated to Sapiens for Extra Life, and you have friends that you know donated as well and don't listen to the podcast or follow Rick to find out what's going on, why they're not getting their things, let everybody know about that, because otherwise he's going to be getting even more emails from other people.
Yeah. Hey, Leonard, you got him down to about half health. Go,
Yep.
go, go!
Working on it.
All right. So I'm going to talk about our sponsors. Our first sponsor is GoDaddy. So put your website to work while you play. We host all of our stuff, all of the MMO Reporter Network. Hosting is done on GoDaddy, and when Chris breaks the site, they help him fix it quite quickly. So we really do like GoDaddy. So if you would like to give GoDaddy a try, if you have a website that you would like to have some services, have a great idea, you can use the coupon code MMO30 to get 30% off of your order. They do hosting, they do they can host your WordPress blog, they can host business blogs, they have all kinds of services that you may not even think about having. Or if you just have that great domain name idea, then you want to lock it up, you can get a $1.49.com name by using MMO149. Also, you can, if you are looking for a new PC, because I know, Grand Theft Auto 5 just came out on Steam, and it's pretty intensive, and Evolve just came out on Steam. That's the one that Chris played, where he got to play the bad guy, and he kind of felt like he was evil and stuff.
Evolve is pretty looking, yep.
Yep, that one just came out. So if you're in the market for a new PC, please do check out doghouse-systems.com. Use the coupon code MMO Reporter. You'll double your RAM. You will be very pleased with your computer. I am very pleased with mine, and very, very happy. And also, our third sponsor is Audible Trial, Audible. So go to audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter to get a free book download. It's a month free. After that, I believe it's $14.95 a month for a 1 credit, which will get you 1 book. And they do often have sales, pretty good sales, where you can get many credits, and then you can pick up several books, and they're yours to keep. You don't even have to have an active Audible account anymore. I downloaded the Audible app onto my Android and was able to download all of my Audible books onto that.
Oh, nice.
I
was wondering about that.
Yeah, you had to download them through your computer, and then, but now apparently you don't, because it's all through the Audible app, and I do not have an active subscription because
What was the last book that you got through them?
The last book that I got through them, I think, was one of the Agatha Christie books. There's an Agatha Christie book that Christopher Lee, Saruman reads. And it is so creepy to listen to him. And I can't remember if it's Tatami and Tuppence or which one it was, but my brain cramped when I'm like, wait, what? Because it's the voice, and you're like, no, and it's reading 1920s words. It's awesome.
He also does Children of Hurin, which is a story out of the Silmarillion, but expanded upon to be its own book. He also does a reading of that, and that is a really good book if you want to pick that one up. He's amazing in that. It sounds, like you said, it sounds like Sauron talking, and since this is a Middle-earth book, it fits perfectly.
Okay, let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. Where's my list? Where's my library? My books. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the name of it. Is it hello? Called. There we go. Well, I know this is so exciting for everybody who's listening, to the podcast, and because we're watching him kill stuff while I'm looking up books online. I know this is the most exciting thing ever. What was it called? It was called Double Sin and Other Stories, I believe is what it was called. And yeah, Double Sin and Other Stories, and it was, maybe not. I swear that was the one I was. Anyway, I was amazed. I was like, wait, what? Let's see. Oh, come on. No. It was Three Blind Mice and Other Stories.
What?
Three Blind Mice.
Christopher Lee reading Three Blind Mice?
No. He read something else in there. I cannot remember.
I want to hear that now.
Not that kind of Three Blind Mice.
Christopher Lee reads children's stories with Christopher Walken.
Oh, no. one. So I like the Agatha Christie. It's nice. I like to listen to that. And Joan Hickson, who did the AMC version of the PBS version of, you know, the one you think of Miss Marple when you hear it. She did the reading, so she did an excellent job. So I highly recommend those if you like Agatha Christie. Now moving on, let's talk about how you get a hold of it, and tell us you don't like us looking things up on the internet while we're podcasting, and you would prefer us not to go, ooh, look at the size of that thing, and not describe it. That sounded bad. It looks like a wagon from the back. It's like, okay, Leonor comes up. So this is one of the Roving Threats. It's named Shakatrog, and it's like a I don't know, troll. It's like a troll on steroids.
It looks like a troll. Looks like one of the trolls that you fight in Angmar that wander around in Carndum.
Except he's got a lot more armor on, I think.
Yeah, and he's taller. Yep.
Yeah, Leonor's an elf. Leonor doesn't even come to this thing's knee.
No,
and
I
it
don't.
it started out with 1.7 million hit points. He has it down to 355,000 hit points. 350,000 hit points. Go, Leonor, go!
And
you haven't died yet.
It is labeled as a roaming threat, so when you see it, you'll know that it is a roaming threat, because there are other ones. We call them shard droppers. They have the special border on them where it's like a big fiery green border with orange highlights around the sides. It's the exact same border, but underneath the name of the creature itself, it says roaming threat. So if you're looking for them, look for that.
Yeah, this one is got like a green. It's got like a skull with green, and then it's got like an eye, so like the mortar eye there, with green flame, and its head's glowing green. So you can't miss this thing as a Roman threat. You're not gonna run up on it and go, whoops, and turn around and run.
I was actually surprised that we found it so quickly.
Yeah, it's there's 5 or 6 of them up there, but yeah, it's I'm surprised that nobody else is up here with you. I figured somebody would have seen it by now. And it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, thankfully. Because it's just throwing me around all over the place.
Yeah, and luckily you're high enough above the stuff that you're not getting mobbed too. David would like to know how you can deal with a level 100 roaming threat, but not deal with a level 60 dark delving boss.
That was not a dark delving boss. That was a Darid Nurid or whatever, the 12-man instance boss.
Oh, okay.
So, nah.
Still need to
Yeah.
Hey, no parachutes required here. We're on the flat ground.
The boss that he's talking about, it has a special buff that lets him heal every time you hit him. So I had to figure out in the first place why he was healing. So once I figured that out, I started turning around, and then I started doing damage to him because I stopped healing him willingly. But unfortunately, right at the end of it, the boss keeps doing the heal over and over and over, like, quickly. So that I could have killed him, but it was going to take a long time.
Yeah, so basically...
And we had a show to do.
Yeah, and we had Roving Threats to find.
Where I have to go and kill something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, if you'd like to email us, you can email us at lotroreporter@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at lotroreporter. Check us out on Facebook. Just search for LOTRO Reporter. You can leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778 or use the widget on the right-hand side of your screen when you visit our site, which is lotroreporter.com. You can also check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/user/MMO Reporter Network. And be sure to follow us on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/MMO Reporter. When you do that, you can be set to be reminded and notified when we go live on stuff. And it's always interesting to see what people are doing. You can follow me on Twitter at TheCarryMac. It's TheCarryMac. And you can follow Leonor at
Layanor, L-A-Y-A-N-O-R, tweet me, and you can see all of the videos I'm putting out recently.
Yes, he's got his YouTube channel. He's putting out a couple a day. They look interesting. And we are looking for a host for an ESO reporter. If anybody is interested in Elder Scrolls Online and interested in the buy-to-play transition, which is coming in March, let Chris at MMO Reporter know. You can either email him at chris@mmoreporter.com, or you can find him at MMO_reporter on Twitter. Just let him know you're interested. Because Leonor's not going to do it. He already said no.
I'll show up on it.
Yeah. Oh, did you get him, Leonor? Because my screen just...
9,
oh, no.
4...
No, we're 32. You're getting there, though, right? All right. Yay! What'd you get?
Collected something something.
I don't know. We're lagging out here. We're like slideshowing on us. 20, 15. All right.
I got a scroll case.